And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston.
Takes it at the 7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. First play, Mills looking to pass.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The Texans, it's 7-3 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Mills swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory, so they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. Play fake, Mills. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Throwing, Mills. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
On fourth down, Michael Pilardi on the punt.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
First down, Mills. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted.
Picked off by John Johnson.
And the Jaguars are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Got it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Now ETN to start the drive. They'll get this up to about the 44. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From just shy of midfield,
Mills. Right side completes a Mechie. He's got room at the 30.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
From the gun, here's Mills.
Dancing to his left.
That's complete to Pierce.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
Throwing again, Mills on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie. And the Texans are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's Pierce. Touchdown, Houston. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll run with ETN.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And Ingram hauls it in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
K'Lavon Chaisson, the former 1st-rounder, in there to get the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Let's go. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Play action now. Mills gets the dump off to Pierce.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Buying time to his left. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
3rd and goal, Mills.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
The kick by Fairbairn is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Another toe for Etienne.
Skirts by him at the 35. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
On play action, Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
A 1st down throw for Mills.
Touchdown, Texans.
John Mechie
with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 27, Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Etienne once more.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23.
A give to Etienne.
And a loose football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Lawrence will throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And the tight end goes in motion left.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that'll get the deficit back to 16.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Pierce now up the middle.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Cooks will come in motion right.
Mills from the gun on 3rd down.
That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. O.J. Howard, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line.
Straight ahead, Etienne. Down to about the 45.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Zay Jones.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Jags are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got.
Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston.
He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Got it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Etienne up the middle.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line.
Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you. and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll go down inside. Before going out of bounds.
Give to Pierce.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
That's complete. It's Collins.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Pierce gets this one running right.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
To throw on 3rd down. Sheets. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
All right, we'll see if they go back to base. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Texans, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road